Alrighty. Aries. You Aries signs ready? I'm gonna get into a collective tarot read for Aries. Sorry if you were waiting a while. I appreciate anyone's patience on Twitch. These are being recorded for YouTube later, so let's get right into it. I think this one wants to speak last, this one first. Because we are pulling cards from one deck and then we are clarifying with another. Let's get a clear, honest message for any and all Aries placements. If you are aware of your birth chart at all, please use discernment in the knowledge of your birth chart. If you don't know what a birth chart is, that's fine. Just take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Have discernment. Take everything I say with a grain of salt, kind of a thing. And do not worry. We can just play pretend here if you want. Or you can just sit and listen to me talk and fall asleep if you want. Aries. Judgment reversed on the bottom of the deck. Princess of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune all reversed. Which I feel like, don't get me wrong, this isn't always a bad thing. It just feels like things that haven't happened yet. Like, haven't happened in reality. I think a lot of you Aries have been going through something to the nature of wanting to work with yourself on something but not knowing how, not knowing where to even start or where to even look. But also, some of you know where to look and know what it is that you need to do, but the willingness of wanting to do it is not there. It's like, oh, well, I need to do it, so it doesn't feel that fulfilling. Because I think at the end of the day, Aries, you want something that's pretty fulfilling to you when it comes to the work you put in towards something. Because there's the Three of Pentacles, that's like working with yourself, working with the essential tools you have at hand to create, not necessarily create change, but to, I want to say, create a flow in your life, whether it's a flow of money, income, or just a flow of like balance and like peace and just like actual calm, relaxing times in your life. If you have a very hectic life and you just want some calm down time, I feel the need to really preface the need to work on yourself for yourself and not for any other particular reason. Even if it's something super, super small, just remember that you should be doing it for yourself. Whatever this task, avenue of life, pathway, lifestyle you choose to find, seek, be, whatever you so choose, whatever it could be. This is where it gets very cryptic, because the Judgment reversed is like very, I don't want to say one-sided, but it makes sense for the Judgment to be one-sided, because it's kind of like, hey, like, you either get this next chapter of your life or you don't. This is kind of up to you at this point. You've learned everything you needed to know. You gained all of the lessons and learned all the wisdom you needed to know in this moment in time. Are you going to choose this next step forward? Or will you be willing to sit in this same cycle over and over again? Because I think there is a area of environment that feels same old, it's the same thing every day kind of a thing, but not like entirely. It's just like, oh, there's no drive for something more in an area, a group of people. I'm not sure if it's like people, because it's kind of, the way I'm describing it sounds like, oh, you hang out with a certain group of people and they do these like 3 main things all the time, but there's never anything more than that. It's always just those 3 activities. Maybe you want to take one of those activities and do it like in a park or somewhere else or at home, and they're like, nah, we'd rather do it here. And you're like, it's just something small, like a small change that you're asking. And you can still go do that for yourself, but I think you want to do it with the group of people that you're doing these essential activities, these general activities with already. Whatever activities and hobbies you get into with your friends, everyone's different. It's almost like, hey, we go to the club every night, we go to the bar. What if we got our random, like, not even DJ friend, but like, what if we got like some speakers and set up a Spotify jam in the park, and then we just like had fun and like, not essentially getting drunk in the park, because I don't even know if you can do that, but basically having something, instead of going somewhere and doing it, you either like doing it at a park or doing it at home. It's something outside. Like, it feels like the need to just get outside onto some fucking grass, and whatever you're doing there, whether you're shooting the shit with your best friend, having a cookout, playing fucking football. I think this adventure for the outdoors, whether it be actually being outside or just the adventure for being out there in the world, is really driving you. And I think there's a mix-up of energies, feeling like you can't move forward or can't really have this sense of fun anymore. But that's where it kind of confuses you, because you're like, no, I can always create fun in my life, but why does it feel like I'm losing all the fun? I think that's a big question Aries is asking themselves. Princess of Swords, what do we have clarifying the Princess of Swords? The Ace of Cups, the Tower, and the Page of Wands reversed. You had a lot to give. You had a lot to give. The only time the Tower comes in is, when did you give any of that energy to yourself? That's where you're kind of sitting here with the Page of Wands, like, oh, this is all we got now. This small little wand of ambition. And I think this is the thing you don't want to lose, and you don't need to lose. You don't have to feel like you have to lose every single part of yourself to regain and rebuild certain parts of yourself, and regain the comfort and energy you had to give to others, and learn how to give it better. I feel like we always want to give energy to others, just some people who are givers like that. You want to give, but you just forget to give to yourself, because it's the end of the day, and then you realize, oh my god, I don't have enough energy for myself. The disciplined aspect, or the words, I'm saying it backwards. The aspect of discipline in this is so important that it allows you to judge, hey, I'm gonna give my energy here to this person or this thing or this activity, and then I'm gonna give some energy to myself because I need it in order to give energy towards this other task, priority, responsibility kind of a thing. Whatever you decide that you need to do, want to do, you can also provide and actually make space for yourself in all of this. I think that's the big key, and I think that's what has been throwing you off track, is not actually having like a sense of solitude with yourself. There's maybe times you have had that, but there's almost a need for it now, and it's almost like not truly understanding how nice it was to have a certain sense of solitude until it was lost, I want to say, until it's like you're around all these people all the time, and it feels like someone not having much alone space, but it's not like you don't have any alone space. It's more of like, I think you'd like a couple days by yourself, like literally being stranded on an island, kind of couple days by yourself type thing, and you'd be fine. Like, there's an energy of like, you'd be fine. You just need that time to yourself. And I think when you give that time to yourself, you create and make time for yourself in that area. It gives you energy to move forward in any area of your life you want to move forward in, whether it's responsibilities, priorities, the healing process, yourself, and any other like internal processes going on. This is where I think a surefire plan becomes clear. Aries, you are the Emperor card in the tarot deck. This is the Aries card. You showed up in your own reading. Just want to let you know. Clarifying the Three of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Swords, the Emperor coming out kind of sideways here. What is this? And the Knight of Swords. Okay. Okay. You persevered through and past so much, but it doesn't ignore the fact that if you're not going to choose yourself, who are you choosing at all? Are you choosing your dreams and your passions and the enlightenment you want to move forward with? Or are you, and it's like, as soon as in my mind I'm asking myself, or are you going to choose the other option? It's like right when I ask Aries if they're going to choose the other option, or if the universe is asking you that, there's a quick shift in thought of like, no, that's not what I want. Like there's literally like, no. Like it's such like a reaction, like almost what's it called? Like a there's a word for it and I fucking forget it. It's when the doctors hit your knee and you have like a reaction to it, or they see if you have a reaction to it, kind of a thing. They like hit like a specific like tendon in your knee, or something like that. It's something specific because it's supposed to make sure that like your foot like reacts a little bit, and it's mainly kind of like a reaction like that. Like when I'm asking you what you want and the universe is asking you what you want, they're like, do you want all of this? What literally looks like a silver platter, even though it's not a silver fucking platter. That's some hard ass work to make the silver platter in itself. Like, you gotta make the silver platter before you can put shit onto it. You gotta find find the silver in the ground, smelt it, fucking hammer it out into that platter shape, get all the fancy designs, polish it, do all whatever other things are involved in that, kind of like blacksmithing, polishing, I don't even know. I was gonna say jewelry making, but it's not jewelry. As soon as you see, would you want this, or would you want pretty much not that, the opposite of all the good stuff, it's an instant like, hell fucking no. Hell no, I don't want that. And maybe that's the kick in the rear end that you need to give yourself. But it's not a bad kick in the rear end. It's literally like, hey, like, you don't want this fucking life. Like, there's a life you just don't. No. Like, I can't express how much that's how it feels for a lot of you Aries. It's just, no, I can't. Like, there's so much in it that just is, it feels like you can't do certain things, but also it feels like you can. And I think this is the thing that you're fighting yourself with, because you have so much energy to pursue a path in a life for yourself, but the key is the for yourself, because I feel like you find fulfillment in giving to others, but you need to, in order to give to others, you need to give to yourself so you can have a foundation to provide opportunity for others. It's not just like the cliche of, yeah, I gotta love myself before I love others. No, you genuinely do. Like, you have to build a solid foundation for people to come in and receive this this help or this opportunity or the sense of community that you want to offer them. There's, I feel like, a big sense of community here with certain things, and it's like, could be as simple as help, like wanting to help your friends and provide like just some healing energy for your friends because you know that they need it and you know that they deserve it. It's like, my friends work hard enough to be feeling like shit, so I'm gonna make them feel a little like decent today because I know that life's been hard. And if you don't have the energy or resources to get what you need to give people this sense of community and comfort and give your friends the energy you want to give them, you won't be able to give this energy wholeheartedly. There will always be something lacking, and it's because of the lack of energy within yourself. It's kind of like, the only way I can easily describe it is, let's say I have a dance performance up on a stage, like freaking, I don't know, Dance Moms kind of performance. If I was up all night the night before practicing the routine and didn't get any sleep, and then try to go on stage and perform that next day, I don't really need to explain to you how that's going to turn out. That's probably not going to end well. And I think that's the big thing. It's like, nothing's wrong with wanting to work hard. Nothing's wrong with wanting to make sure that routine is perfect. But making sure you get your goddamn sleep is so fucking important. There's so much to it that, like, it's not about just sleep. It's about literally just giving your body what it needs. And if it's sleep, if it's sun, if it's going on a goddamn walk, I hate to say it this way, but I'm gonna nag you like your mother and tell you to get the fuck outside. And I'm gonna be a little aggressive with it because I know you're a little fiery, Aries. Anywho, anyway, you feel a strong sense of passion towards yourself, but you also need to regulate how you feel and your emotions in, oh, I want to go do this, I'm going to do it now. And it's like, do you have the energy to do this now? No? Okay, maybe wait in like an hour or two. Give yourself some time to relax, and then you can go do it. Like, the world's not going to end and stop, and just because you missed out on one thing doesn't mean you can't ever do it again. And the only other thing I can think of in that scenario is, like, if an eclipse were to come around, the eclipse that just passed, there's not going to be an eclipse like that for like X amount of years, kind of a thing. That's something different. But when it's something like, oh, I didn't get to go to the park today, there's plenty of days in the future. Summer is always going to come back around. There will always be an opportunity to go to the park, whether it's in the summer, spring, fall, winter, wherever, whatever you choose, whenever you choose. I'd like to continue to the Wheel of Fortune, because I think that what I'm saying is going to continue into this. Ooh, 3 of Wands clarifying the Wheel of Fortune. Knight of Pentacles. And 10 of Cups. Strength reversed on the bottom of the deck. If you don't have the strength, how can you be strong for others? I can't express it enough. If you don't have the strength to give to yourself, then how can you be strong to give your strength to others? How can you be strong for others? And if you know that it fulfills you to be strong for others, if you like being strong for others, that's a thing you genuinely like to do, why is there so much hesitancy into something so good? Like, this is something that makes you feel so fucking good, and I think you are feeling like you don't deserve it. There's XYZ reasons of why you can't move forward in it, but everything in life is pointing you towards this direction here. This 10 of Cups, the happiness, but you, for some fucking reason, think you don't deserve it. And if you think that you don't deserve it, I want you to start exploring why. Because there's always a root to these issues. And this is where I think maybe in the next reading, we're going to start talking about the root of issues and not just the surface level of them. Because this is a very small step in a giant, like, integration and awakening of the self here for Aries. And I think you are really kind of getting prepared and prepped for it emotionally. And I want you to really, this is like a form of, not strength training, because we were talking about that with, I think, Sagittarius or Leo, one of the other fire signs, where there's like a sense of strength training. This is like not just strength training, it's training in understanding. And training and understanding yourself so you can move forward for yourself in life and for yourself only. And I want you, if you're watching this on YouTube or rewatching the VOD, or if you're watching this on Twitch, clip it, because I'm not repeating myself. I said what I fucking said, okay? You really have a lot of potential. I can't explain enough how much potential I genuinely feel like just it's gonna sound fucking cringe, but it's like oozing out of these cards, like overflowing and just like bubbling to the surface. And I think you have this energy that you can't ignore. And listen, I think the biggest advice right now is please just stop ignoring it. And the please stop ignoring it is coming from yourself. Please stop ignoring me is what you are saying to yourself, Aries. I really want you to understand any little part of you that you're ignoring or not doing. It's just, think if there was literally another version of you in the room, just another clone of you, that you're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna ignore her. We're just gonna ignore them. We're just gonna ignore that person. The person's you. What the fuck are you? I don't want to be rude, but it's just like, don't be so rude to yourself. You don't deserve that. No matter what kind of shit you've done or been through or whatever, you don't deserve it. It does not help your growth. It does not help the true path to judgment. And the true path to judgment is the true path to the truth of yourself. And there's nothing wrong with just understanding it. When you understand these things and you recognize them, you recognize yourself in a whole new light. And I can't explain that other than you actively seeing it for yourself. You need to see it for yourself and explore it for yourself. So, thank you for being here, Aries, because that is all I have for you. I've really, if anyone who is an Aries and just super resonated with this, please stay in tune with some of these readings or look back at the Aries readings on my YouTube. I think there is a collective storytelling here happening in some of the Aries readings and some like other signs I've seen, but this reading, I feel like if you watched the past Aries readings, this is going to make so much fucking sense. Like, watch the past Aries readings, wait a week or so, wait like a day or two, and then watch this reading again and see if you can gain anything new about it, because I think this is where the true strength and knowledge lies. And the true strength in your knowledge, Aries, well, what is it? That's for you to find out. And I'm excited for whenever you find that out. And I'm very proud of you for all the hard work you've put in. And thank you for letting me read your cards. That is all I have for you. If you're watching on Twitch, we are not ending just yet. I am basically recording these for YouTube. So if anyone is watching on YouTube in the future time, thank you for watching. And I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.